welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today we're doing a tough one and I'm so excited. This is probably like my favorite type of challenge, but it's also one of those ones where it's going to be an experiment because I do not know whether this is possible. So this is why I'm bringing it to your screens now so we can do a social scientific experiment. Yay. Just before you head into the video, I just want to let you know that I now have my own EA creator code that you can use while purchasing a game on the EA app in the promo code section. This isn't necessarily a discount code, but it will help me out as a creator because I will receive a small portion of each sale made using my code. So that is very exciting. So thank you to EA for making this possible for me. Okay, so we're on a 20 by 15 lot, quite a small lot. I'm sure that's the smallest lot you can get in The Sims because today I want to, we're celebrating, right? We're still celebrating the 12K subs on my channel, which is mind-blowing, which is exciting, crazy. So I thought to myself, why don't we do a tiny home, right? Now, I'm not thinking micro home. I'm maybe thinking small to tiny. I'm not sure. But what I want to do is fit 12 Sims into this. 12 Sims into this monstrosity. So I'm kind of thinking probably an 100 tile home would make the most sense. But can I just check whether it is even physically possible? We'll try the 100 for today, right? And if I do find that there is any inkling of potentially doing this in 64 tiles, we will try it in 64 tiles in the next episode. But 12 Sims, right? 12. Now, I don't know whether it is even physically possible to fit like 12 adults into this. I'm not sure. So I might have to resort to doing like baby, newborn, the same thing, toddler. Do you get me? Like things like that so I can kind of squish as many people as possible. Obviously, bunk beds are going to be ideal. But I just want to make sure that this looks nice. Like, I don't want to make it look like a bunker and we're all stuck in one room. Because logically, if you think about it, if I want 12 Sims, I could just do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh my god, that's still a lot. Like, technically, Bob's your uncle. There we go. We're done. We don't need to do anything else. But I obviously want to make this look nice. And I want to make it look like a really cute little small home. So could you imagine if one day I came on and I was like, right, we're going to be building a tiny home for 12 Sims. And I said, done. And then I actually say, thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. You know, imagine how funny that would be. Anyways, obviously, we're not going to do that. But like, I could potentially fit at least like, I was going to say 4 kids, but no, that's 2, 4, 6, that's 8 kids. Oh my god. Okay, let's think of a storyline, right? I'm not going to do something like that. I think that's too bizarre. I want to do maybe like 2 parents. I wish we had like a double bunk beds. Like, I wish I could just do like something like that where I can raise this bed up. I can't even raise beds. Oh, okay. That's sad. Never mind. I thought I could raise beds. I can't. But imagine if we had double bunk beds. But what if I do like parents sleeping on this little like, okay, well, no, actually it would probably make more sense if we do it on a couch version. So we could have like a sitting room. So that's 2 people, right? So now I just need to fit another 10. Great. What if I also do like a separate double room for like the grandparents? So the grandparents can have like a cute little small room. So just say like sitting room, right? Then we've got people, okay, Sims can scoot over. So we could do like a genuine box room for the grandparents. I'm sure Sims could scoot over. We will do playtesting today as well. So that's already 4 Sims, right? So I then need another 8. Great. So then just say, what if I do at least like a couple of these? So like, what if we do another 4, which brings me to 2, 4, 6, 8. That brings me to 8, which means I still have 4 Sims left. So then what if I do, like, logically, how many kids are you going to be having? Like 4 is a nice number. So then what if we also have like baby? Oh, wait, guys, we also have a baby. We could just do 2 babies. Oh, we've had twins. And then we also have had a toddler. Okay. And maybe to make this kind of difficult, I won't add pets, but I will do like another teenager's room, which I think is going to just throw a spanner into the works because I feel like I've been very good recently, but maybe I'm, you know, like I've been cheating my own rules a lot, but this is technically all still Sims. Now, maybe if we're going to be trying the tiny home version, I will probably incorporate pets or like maybe a horse. A horse would be a good shout. We'll do that in the next episode. But today, I'm going to torture myself with just actual Sims, you know, but like just Can't find object. What does that mean? But technically, guys, that is all of our Sims, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a bed gone. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, guys, this is so possible. I actually don't even think I need to do this. I think I could even do a double bed, right? So that the parents could have a nice double bed. Grandparents are living in a little box room. It makes sense that the grandparents live with us because they help with the kids, because you know we've had a lot of kids. We're very fertile on this lot, so we've had a lot of kids. We just got twins as well. Oh my god bless you with your twins. So we got 2 of them, and we also have got a toddler, so they could have like a little shared room, and we've got 4 kids all in one room. That's a bit chaotic in there, but that does not matter. So it makes sense that the grandparents are there to help us. And then the teenager, you know, the teenager is about to grow up maybe to a young adult, so it wants its own it wants its own bedroom. So you get the idea. It makes a lot of sense, right? For a family of 12 though, I am thinking that it would only be humane to have 2 bathrooms. I don't know how in the name of God I can fit 2 bathrooms in here, but I'm almost thinking like even creating a small, I don't even know if this is the layout I want, but I'm just kind of playing around. Like if we all had a door to go in, we could at least have like a small little bathroom with at least a toilet in there. We do need a bath though. You got to think about that because we've got babies and toddlers and whatnot, so we do need a bath. So this bathroom essentially would require us to have an actual bath. So if I do bath shower combo, like if I just yeet down this thing, that's a bath shower combo, right? So we could have like toilet and sink. Okay, not squat toilet maybe. Let's just do a regular toilet with a regular small little sink. Just say, like, that's still a big bathroom, but you need the space to wash the kids. Like, I'm really hoping that this will be functional. Once I figure everything out, I will get a sim in here to make sure that everything is play testable. That's a word, of course, I just made up. But for now, I'm kind of thinking something like this. Now, I know I can do a 3-tile bathroom, but I honestly think that in this space, this probably just works okay. But I probably could also fit another shower in here. I'm not gonna lie. I think that is functional. Plus, I don't think that's too far-fetched of an idea. Like, even to have, like, a toilet scooted in there. Like, that still looks like a normal enough toilet. Like, even maybe if that went here and the sink went there. I don't know, but I think that's not too much of a far-fetched idea. So, we'd have 2 bathrooms, because imagine you're bathing a child and someone needs to wee. Oh my god, you'd crack up. So, you need at least 2 bathrooms for 12 Sims. Now, I'm thinking, right, this is all well and good, but we've got a lot of space that I feel like is wasted. I don't mind having this, like, as a little hallway, but this over here, that's bad. I don't really like the idea of wasting all of this space on a hallway. But then again, like, you could fit a kitchen and a sitting room here, no bother. But I'm just not really happy with how this is laid out, and I don't really know how else to change this, honestly. I'm kind of imagining, what if we were to create the baby's room as a room that's only accessible to, just say, like, the parents? So that way then I could move the bathroom over. But like, is that even worth it? But this also then creates us like a little bit of a space, I think. Does that make any sense? I'm not sure. Unless I do 2 babies this way. And then I'm really squeezing these poor kids in here. What if I do... no, that's probably not going to work. Because I could have 2 babies like this, right? Then we've got the crib here for the toddler. Fantastic. Then we do a 3-tile bathroom like this. So I think that should be functional. I don't know whether I want this though. No, that just looks hideous. I think I've done a 3-tile bathroom like that though before. Actually, wait, no, I could just do it this way. Logically, that would probably make more sense. Oh, guys. Wait, how did I do this? I think the shower goes here and then the toilet goes like this. Is that how we do it? But like, we could have something like this. And then we actually have like a whole area here available to us. Whether that is humane, I really don't think so. Unless I then move the parents' bedroom over. No. Wait a sec. If I then move this door here, we don't really care if the doors are clashing together. That doesn't matter. But we could also have like something here. Yeah, and then these doors can be kind of together. Or else maybe even if I go... Actually, no, we have to have them this way because I think your sim has to walk up to the shower that way. I don't even think actually that's going to be functional, so I better check that out in a minute. But is this bad? Like, what is this making me feel? I'm not sure. But let's just figure out. Just say if I was to do front entrance, right? Let's just whack the front door. It doesn't have to be that big. Excuse me. Let's just do a small front door. Although it's kind of nice to do big kind of glass front doors to allow natural light in there. But then again, for 12 Sims, maybe you want a little bit more privacy. Lord knows really what you'd be doing in that house. But just say if I just use this door for the time being. Okay. Squish it into the corner as best as we can. So that's your front door. So you'd almost imagine that you would have like a little bit of a hallway scenario. So like imagine this as like an imaginary line. I could even actually create a line, right? And I could run a kitchen here somewhere. Let's just get some items down. We got to work this out before we get any further because this could get nasty before it gets any better. Okay, so if I go like this, okay, we've got counter for fridge. Sorry, what? We've got a fridge. Then we've got a stove, right? Your sim needs to prepare their food somewhere. I wonder, can you prepare in the corner? Because like I'm not going to be using tiny items because it's a massive family. We don't really need to be squishing ourselves too much. I wonder, can your sims prep food over there? That would be fantastic. I'm going to playtest that now in a minute. I'm going to get a tiny bin. Maybe we could almost like squish it here into the corner. Right, so that essentially is our kitchen, just say. Then if I was to do a dining table, right, so not everyone always eats at the same time, but we obviously probably need to have like the best case scenario for a table. So like if your parents are eating, the babies won't be eating. So then we've got 4 kids. So, okay, let's just pick out a table that could have at least like 4 chairs at the same time. So at least 4 people could dine together. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do something like this for our little kitchen dining room, right? Even actually, do you know what? Wow, we're rich. Let's add the 5th chair. That's insane. So like this imaginary space here, maybe if I just divide it with like some flooring. This space, just say, becomes our kitchen. Even maybe if that bin does fit over there, that'd be fantastic. We will play test it in a minute. Okay, so that becomes our kitchen. Then over here, instantly, I have enough space, I want to say, to do like some sort of a TV or whatever. So I could even go for a little couch. Now, I am thinking I'm still losing a lot of space over here. But then again, we do just need walkable space. Like we need Sims to not get stuck on top of each other. I will use a little bit of like garden space maybe, so that maybe we could do like a little even slidey door behind the chairs so that we're not wasting space. But if I get like one of these, right, hopefully a sim can exit through there. It would be nice if it could. So we could almost escape through there, and we could maybe have like some kids' toys out the back, you know, like just some fun activities for your sims to do. But still, I want, since this is a challenge, I still want everyone to be able to survive within these 4 walls. And I guess with a kitchen and a bathroom and some beds, you already are surviving, but you need some fun needs to be met. So I would like to think that we do need a TV and things like that. So let's think. If I do just say this small couch, right? If I push it back like all the way here, we could, I suppose, also squeeze in a second one, right? Like almost like this. Imagine the rug being the space of the sitting room. I almost imagine like a square coffee table. Although, do we really need a coffee table? Do we really need that valuable space taken up? I actually don't think so, because I'm imagining this coffee table here. Like, imagine 12 Sims all trying to sit down. No, screw the coffee table. We're not getting one. Unless it's like a tiny one, we're not getting one. Then we need a TV. So I'm thinking, let's whack the TV on the wall. Let's not even think about it twice. Let's do that. Now, we do need a bookshelf of some sort, because we obviously need your Sims to be able to do something. So I'm thinking this little dude would probably be more than enough. Actually, even the smaller version of it would probably be even handier, because it's, you know, just say smaller. That gives your Sims somewhere to sit, somewhere to read, and somewhere to watch TV. So already I think that that is fantastic. And then we've got like some areas over here that I don't know what we could do over here, to be honest with you. We probably should have like a little bit of a desk space somewhere, because you do want the kids to be able to sit down and do their homework. But where would one do that, I wonder? Okay, hold on a sec. I could move the kitchen back one and create this as a singular front door and create a 1-tile alleyway. No, a hallway. But I don't really like the idea of doing that, or else then I could extend the kids' rooms. Oh, okay. How do I make this make even more sense? Because like, look at all these tiles over here. Like, I just am worried about the idea of these tiles here being useless. Do you get me? Like, everything else over here makes sense because I just say this is your sitting room. So that's functional. You need Sims to hang out and talk together. We could even add like another seat in the corner or something. We've got like probably the most out of our kitchen, hopefully, if even that's functional over there. But then all of these tiles are like stressing me out. I'm almost thinking, what if I was to do this, right? I know that's like a little bit weird. Then I could almost create another little room, or hold on a sec. I could, no, because how would they enter? So this would have to be, yeah, this would have to be a bathroom, right? I just say this way. That's grand. This could then become a secret little nook room, right? That houses a desk. Wait a sec. What if I do something like this, right? So I could put a baby here, toddler this way, baby this way. So we've got two babies like that in two corners. I don't know whether that's walkable, but then this creates me like a small little desk nook. Oh my God. So like that could still be entered through, yeah, it would have to be entered through the parents' room, but it's still a desk nook. I need a sim in here, don't I? Yeah, we need a sim. Okay. Okay, so I have a couple of Sims here. I actually have 10 people in my household inventory because I can't really have babies. Like I guess I could force one of them to be pregnant. Do you want to be pregnant? Do I even do that? Okay, Jane, you've gone into labor. I'm so sorry to break it to you, but you have gone into labor. That is fantastic. Can you now? Okay, I'm going to get rid of that mailbox because it's just like really abruptly in the door. Right, so I'm just going to pause for 2 seconds, right? I'm going to turn off people's free will because I'm going to crack up at any second. Yeah, free will off. Okay, disable autonomy for selected Sims. No, I just want autonomy to be off. Then why is this child going to watch TV? Oh my God, no. I want all children to be in bed. Right, sleep and you sleep up there. And I want you to put, oh, can I not put you into crib? Wait, why can't I put you into a crib? You are my favorite. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, I need this child to actually be an infant, not a toddler. So that's fantastic if I want the crib to work. There we go. So she's putting Greg inside the little crib. So the crib seems to be working, which is fine. Now, Grandma, can you sleep over there, please? Like over on the other side. Yeah, there we go. Then I want you. Oh God, you probably won't want to sleep next to her, will you? Well, like, I suppose we know that is possible. Like, he just doesn't want to sleep with her, which is fair. But can you relax next to her? No, you can't even. Can you sit on the bed with somebody there? No. Okay. He's upset with her because they're not in a relationship. That is fair. Teenager obviously will be able to go into her own bed, so that makes sense. And then, yeah, these two then would go into this bed, which I would like to think that, yeah, they can get in there. There's no bother with that. Okay, children are getting up to go to school. Guys, you will not be going to school. Okay, so everything so far seems like functional, like with everyone being there. Now, can I just get you to have babies, please? Can you just go and give birth? Okay, so this is my problem number 1. Okay, Trevor has discovered something strange under the bed. Trevor, not my problem, honestly, not my problem. What if I remove this for 2 seconds, right? Can you get in there now, please? Have baby. Okay, she is having the baby, which is fantastic. The second one will probably pop out. Christina. Okay, there we go. And Peyton. Right. So we've had twins. How magical. Now, where is the second? Oh, the second baby has popped in there. Okay, fantastic. Now, what I need is I need a second baby to fit in here somehow. What if I do this? And then, okay, I don't really want to move this one because I feel like this one will glitch out. Yeah, no, I can't do that. What if I just do this, right? Can you now get out of here? I just need you okay, so you can. Now, can you like coo at the baby? You can. Can you bounce this baby though? Oh, you can! Okay, so that's perfect. So technically, that is all perfect. That's fantastic. Okay, now, what I will need you guys to do just before we go any further is, can you wake this child up? Wait, can you even bathe babies? Oh yeah, okay, give Greg a bubble bath. Can you just give Greg a bubble bath, please? Is that something you can do? You can't? Okay, can you go over here, please? Can you wake Greg up? Wake up! Greg, we've got no time. Wake up! Okay, so pick up Greg. I know a lot of the time. Oh, well, the toilet's functional anyway, so that's good. Can you also have a shower and wash your hands while you're here? Now, Greg, can you give... No, not your name is not Greg. What is your name? Gonzalo. Gonzalo, can you give Greg a bubble bath? Yes, you can. She's using the bathroom over there, so she's delighted. There's 2 people hanging out in here. Okay, the bath works. So I guess the one last thing then I'll need you to do is just to use the toilet, but I'm sure that's functional. Now, can I get the family to sit down? Okay, why are you all uncomfortable? Oh, you're hungry? Well, don't you worry. I'm about to cook you something nice. Yorkshire puddings, apparently. A family size of 8, even though that's not big enough. Where are you going? You're going to work. No, not on my watch. Also, have the kids gone to school? One child has gone to school. Rest? No, thank you. Okay, can you sit on that chair instead? Child, you sit there. You, wherever you are, go sit there. Your needs are fine. Forget about it. Okay, can you sit over there? And who else do we got? You, sit over there. Okay, so she is cooking the meal over there, so that's fantastic. I wonder though, if I was to put in like a lovely little light or something, or a plant. You know, decor is very important. If I was to throw this down, can she still cook here? She can. Oh, guys, this is ideal. Oh, wait, can you not sit on that chair? You don't need to go to the toilet. Yes, you can. Oh, fantastic. Now, can you go here? Okay. And can you come out this door? Can you? Yes. Okay. Everything seems to be working pretty well. Okay. Family can sit down. Obviously, I'm presuming you can watch TV. I mean, that doesn't seem too much of a hassle. Okay. So I'd like to think that everything is functional. The only thing I didn't check is, the computer actually. Can you like go play games? Play Blick Block, please. The only thing I didn't check is whether people can sleep on this bed. But as you see, the other girl, she slept on the other edge. So the other guy didn't want to sleep with her because they don't know each other, rightfully so. But this bed is still functional. So I'd like to think that the whole house is functional now. So that is fantastic. Do you want to clean this up, please? Because I need to get rid of this family now. This beautiful family of 12. Okay, so now that we know that... Wait, what? Oh my god, that is terrifying. I can't delete this object and there's babies in there? That is so creepy. I've evicted the family, but their trash stayed and also their babies stayed. So that's not good. I want to get rid of those cribs. I don't like them. Well, actually, what other ones was I gonna use? I guess that's probably the best one. I don't really have many cribs, so I guess maybe those can stay, but that is just bizarre. The fact that there's like these like pale alien babies inside my house. Anyways, let's just move on because I don't know what the heck is going on anymore. But as you've seen, this whole house does seem to be functional, so I guess now all we've got to do is we just got to work on the aesthetics of it. I mean, it is going to be a big block, which is kind of sad. I guess what I could do is like remove this wall, you know, like cut it in a bit. But do I really want to be cutting in any more of this house? I don't think so. So I think maybe let's try and make it look interesting with like some windows, maybe some like extra roofing features. Like I could essentially add some extra walls like that to make it look a little bit more interesting. Maybe that's something we could do. Maybe we could add like an extra section over here. You know, there's multiple ways of making this look cute. So let's just try it. Do I want this house to have this type of a roof? I kind of do. Let's make it quite modern feeling because that's the only thing I know and the only thing I'm comfortable with. So why don't I go kind of like this way and we can create almost like, God no, wait now, that's a bad idea. Maybe I could just create like another little section over here. This could be poking out. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I feel like I also need a second wall here. So maybe this could be like a little garden plot. I don't know. It looks kind of interesting. It kind of doesn't at the same time. I also do want to create my lovely little trellis thing. So I'm wondering how could I make this work? Wait, now let me move the house a little bit. Why did that delete my wall? I really don't know. So I could incorporate something like this just up above. I know that's instantly gonna... Oh, it actually didn't make a room. Now it will try and make rooms, I think, when I put squares. So maybe for today, I won't be putting down any squares. I will just do this and we will add some little plants up above there to make it look nice. Maybe just a couple because I don't really want to wreck the tile count. So maybe today I'll actually just do like a couple like that. Or else maybe if I make it better. Because if I make this any bigger, as in if I add like extra squares, it will start counting them as tiles. So maybe I'm kind of happy with doing something like this for today. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so this is what I've kind of created. I think it's actually pretty cute. So I've added these trellises inside and also these lines here. So obviously still 100 tiles. We're still not cheating. Everything is correct. And then maybe over here, I was kind of thinking of elongating this a little bit more so that maybe we could also add some sort of trellises here as well and create just a little bit more of like a private area without the use of walls. Because I think that's always quite interesting. And we could maybe have like a fun little hangout spot here. We could have some toys. We can have like a barbecue or something. I think that would be quite nice. And it also just makes the house look a little bit more interesting and a little bit less sad and drab. Now, the only thing is I need to add windows in strategic places. So that could be also an issue because we need some nice windows on this wall. I guess I won't put any window here because that's where the fridge is. So you best believe, you know, we're going to use my another little trellis hanging maple leaf, you know, whatever. We could put that there. Then I do want there to be a big enough window here, but I want it to fit nicely. Like maybe this kind of window would work. Like I know that aesthetics also matter the most, and we will obviously look at aesthetics in a minute, but I'm really like prioritizing the functionality here as well. So we gotta work with what we've got. That's actually a pretty interesting window. I kind of like that. Maybe we could do something like this. Maybe we could do like a big window like that, cover it up with some curtains. I think that would be pretty cute. I do actually need that bin back in the corner. I did delete it because it was full of trash, but I will put the bin back. I wonder, would it be nicer if I actually, instead of having this as a full wall, if I just did it almost like as a, maybe not 3/4, maybe a little bit lower. It probably would just have like a nicer feel to be able to open the space up a little bit. It feels less enclosed. I know it's almost like defeating the purpose of creating a separate like kitchen room, but this I feel just has like a nicer, more open plan feel, and it almost feels like you're squishing less through this tiny little hole here, but it is still functional, I guess. I actually don't know what I prefer. Do I even like that? I'm not sure. Unless I create like a pillar here, right? And I also create like a sponge. Oh, okay. It's going to want to go inside there. That's fantastic. Can I delete this for 2 seconds? I could create like a cool little spoundrel effect where we just got like something going on here. I think that's pretty cute. It's a little different, but the pillars don't really match in color, so that's fantastic. That's just great. I wish these trims weren't like so extruding. I wish there was like smaller versions of them. I think they would look a bit better, but I don't know. I think maybe something like this is quite interesting. Hopefully I can make that look pretty, but anyways, let's just keep focusing on the windows. So then we've got a kid's room over here. So I am thinking, what if I actually use like these windows? They do kind of remind me of a little jail cell. So I don't know whether this actually looks good. Also, wait a sec, this bed... Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna say this bed is backwards. Oh yeah, there we go. It kind of switches around wherever you need it to go. That makes sense. Okay. So maybe I could have at least one window like here. Or would that be kind of weird? Maybe it is a bit weird. Maybe we can't have a window here. But we most definitely could have a window, like a big enough window here, just to allow as much natural light into the kids' room as possible. And I also feel like it would be kind of good to do the exact same thing here. You know, just to add some natural light. Well, maybe now that we're going, should we just keep going and also do that in the parents' room? Like, I just feel like it would make a lot of sense. Does that look good though? I'm not sure. Maybe I don't need them as big. Maybe we need them smaller. Do they look a bit lame that big? Yeah, I think they do. Okay, we'll just make them smaller, I think. That's cute. Wow, so nice. So then we also just need like some small windows around here. So I'm almost thinking like, what if we do maybe just like 2 and 1 like that? And then the bathroom, oh god, the bathroom is going to have a window out onto the garden. That's not ideal, really. I kind of don't want that. What if I just put like a window up really high? That's a very common thing actually in Poland. In like Polish homes, you would have like windows up really high in the bathroom. I'm sure my grandmother had something like that. I kind of want to prioritize quite a lot of like functionality over the aesthetics, really, unless I actually do these gigantic windows and do something like this. If we just like merge them all on the same height, that won't even look too silly, I don't think. Hold on a sec. And then I could put like planter pots on these so it doesn't look too weird. Like we'll elongate them slightly with the planter pots. Okay, I think we're onto something. I think that does make sense. And as I said, to me, the priority of all of this is to make it look functional rather than like 100% aesthetically pleasing. Do you get me? Like functionality is key here. Okay, I don't know why I'm going for this white theme, but I guess we are. I guess white is a nice color because it... Okay, that door is way too big. White is a nice color because it does add quite a lot of space. You know, like you could just... It doesn't feel like too dark and too dreary. So I guess that does make sense. I did want a second wall here, didn't I? I did want this here with a pillar as well, please. Thank you very much. Okay, that looks pretty interesting. Yeah, it really does, but we've got something. Okay guys, so I've worked a little bit on it just to see the vision as per usual. This is what I've created. So I've painted the roof, added some like trims. We're still obviously at 100 out of 100, but now it just seems like a little bit more of a happily structured home. So I've created a little path. I don't know what I'm going to put into this corner yet, but it's actually a very nice corner. I love the green working with the wood, and then the mailbox like matches that green paneling. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. So then I was like, okay, we need a little bit of privacy. So I've decided to add this like little privacy wall. So just to kind of grid us off, and obviously because like these are bedrooms, I kind of felt like obviously Sims could probably still see over this, but I kind of just thought like, you know, for the message, the metaphor, we've got a wall and we've got like trees, so I can imagine maybe in real life these would be a little bit taller. We've got a cute little pathway here happening, nicely overgrown, just to make the house seem like it's not just out of nowhere, it just erected from the ground. Then we've got like a nice little back area here, which we've got bins, we've got a hose, just for a little bit of realism. And then we enter back through this little gap, so that's where we would put our bins, you know. And then over here, I cannot wait to create like a nice little hangout spot. And then over here we can add something as well, so then it just kind of brings you back up here. I'd like to think that this is a very happy, busy home. So we've got beautiful flowers everywhere, nice arrangements, and it does really tie the whole lot together, and it just makes it look that little bit more exciting and inviting, and not just like a prison cell square for 12 Sims, you know. So anyways, let's work a little bit on the inside. I'd say I'm going to just start with the kids' bedrooms. I'm going to just remove these beds. We're going to add extra lighting. You best believe it. I'm going to add 2 saucers on top of each other. These rooms would be so like dark and stuffy and sad that I am a little bit worried about these poor kids. So just to make this nice and bright, I'm going to use light wood. I probably will use this one throughout the majority of the house. Maybe we'll use like a cute little carpet for the babies' rooms, but I like this wood. I like the planks. They're quite bright and they're quite big. You know, when I use planks like this, they just seem a little bit too busy for me, whereas these ones seem a little bit less busy. I don't know what that means, but in my eyes, they just seem less busy, okay? Then we're going to pick out some beds. Now, obviously, these have to be bunk beds. There's just no doubt about that. I mean, I like the fact that some of these are skinnier than others. Wait, which ones are the ones that in my eyes look skinny? These ones. Okay. I really like these beds just because of the fact that the wood just seems really like nicely manufactured to be super lovely and skinny. So that is what I want to use. I want to use it on this side. I like the way it knows where to generate the little ladder, because it just like generates it on the side that I'm putting it against. So that's very cool. I like that. Smart Sims, huh? Okay, so then I'm going to put down the same beds inside here, which are actually, we could put down these at the bottom. Oh, wait, no, they're the same though, are they? Oh, I could put these beds down here. Actually, yeah, maybe let's put these down there just for a bit of a change, just because it'll be kind of hard to get like all different colors of beds. Do you get me? So it might be nice to, yeah, because already I'm like changing the wood tone and I don't really want to. So, oh Lord, is there any other swatch I could use with the light wood? See, that's a dark wood. Ooh. I guess we could just leave one of them as like a blank color. That's pretty boring, but maybe these kids are very sophisticated. I don't know. Anyways, I want to use a nice curtain, but is that just gonna like cover everything all together, like totally? What kind of a curtain would work for a situation like this? Maybe they actually just have like one of these curtains and they just like obviously close them as they're going to bed. Like they just pull it down. But for the day, maybe this actually makes sense for all of those windows. You know, maybe something like that actually does make a lot of sense. Okay, so that is our little kids room. I mean, there's not much else I can put in here. I guess the kids will really get a lot of the fun from outside, which is just kind of sad to think about, but you know, it makes sense. I'm going to put a little bit of that paneling, but I kind of want to make this room a little bit more colorful and a little bit more exciting. Maybe if we add like a nice little gradient yellow in this room, I think something like that would be quite cute. Also really wanted to add a little bit of like a patterned wallpaper, like maybe even this one. I think this one's really pretty, or like the yellow. Let's make it a bit busy. Let's incorporate the yellow with the blue. I think that's quite nice. At least let the kids have something, you know. Let them have a little bit of fun. I also feel like this rug is quite cute. Or else maybe maybe let's use this kids one. Surely this kids one has like a fun swatch. Okay, this way please. Yeah, this fits quite nicely, I think, without being too overwhelmingly big. I like a nice swatch. Oh, I like the blue clouds, actually. Wait, can we go this way? I think the blue clouds are actually quite cute because I feel like they almost work with the bed sheets. That's nice. I think we could put a small little bedside locker. And by small, I actually genuinely just mean this thing. Like, this is small, but it makes sense. Like, I mean, they would have a small little bedside locker in the middle. I just want to make sure that this is playable and functional as much as it can be. So I won't be playtesting it anymore, I don't think, after this. So I guess this is what we get now. So hopefully things will be functional. I also really like doing this when I'm playing with like kids, just say in a family home. I like to put a lot of toys kind of almost peeping through from underneath the bed. I think there's something quite endearing about that, because it would make sense. Like, you know, when I was a kid, I had stuffed toys everywhere and my mother would be like, clean your room. And I'd be like, okay. And then I would just like shove everything in under my bed. So it kind of makes sense that there is like a couple of bits kind of poking out through like underneath the bed. Plus it's realistic. Where are these people going to put their stuff? Under their bed, I guess. So I'm just adding quite a bit of clutter, which I really like the way this looks. Now, obviously these things inside here would have to get grabbed out individually if you want them to work. But I've just kind of created this little nook to show that, like, yes, we've got storage, we've got a little cork board. Same thing over on this side. Like, obviously when the kids are like cleaning the room, they just shove everything under the bed. And I kind of like that aspect of it, that you can kind of still see some items kind of poking through the beds. And we've got some art on the walls and things like that. So obviously just to make this theme a little bit more kid friendly, and just to make this more realistic, I will add 2 of these, because I know that kids cannot sleep for the life of them in these rooms. So maybe I'll do something like this, but I think I might leave the saucer, because if I do like a hanging chandelier, I think that would just be so annoying for the poor kids sleeping upstairs. I mean, up in the top bunks. So yeah, I'll just do this. I think that makes a lot of sense. So that is our little kids room. I think I like it. It's really cute. Okay, then let's really quickly do this room. This room doesn't have to be too special, I suppose. I mean, that sounds a bit sad, but maybe we could just create, I kind of like the idea of these gradient walls, but kind of the ones from this pack for some reason. I don't know. Maybe we could do like a nice little green color, and maybe we could also incorporate a little bit of carpet here. Maybe this could be like a nice little green room, you know, something a little bit more adorable and just cozy. I don't know. Adorable. I guess we could also go for like, oh yeah, the light wood with the green, and I can make these green as well to match. So the babies actually match everything. That's fantastic. I feel like there should be like shelves or something. Okay, just proper shelf, please. Obviously, like these ones would make a lot of sense here. So maybe I'll incorporate like one of these in here. Maybe actually a second one over here as well for this child. I mean, we don't want the children feeling left out, but I'm almost thinking of just like regular shelves. Maybe if I go for some yellow, if I go for like 2 okay, it's really hard to work in these small rooms. I guess it'll probably look better when I'm doing a room tour, but I do want like a load of stuff, like a load of crap on these shelves. Excuse me, I have never seen this item in the game. Oh, who are you? Llama Mama. That is so cute. No, that's actually really cute. There's so many like kids objects that every once in a while pop up for me that I'm like, I've never seen this before. These are fake objects. What are you talking about? Okay, I just did this in this room. I mean, this room is so super squished that I don't really want to add too many different things to it. I don't know why I've added this, why I think a mirror is necessary, but I don't know. Maybe we might not find a room for a mirror anywhere else. So I said I'd put it in here. So that is your little baby's room. Now, this is a parent's room that also houses, what is that? Oh, I put down a plant over there. That's interesting. I have housed a little computer nook in here, which is okay. Usually I don't really like when the table legs disappear like that, but I guess in this case, it really does make a lot of sense to create like a little nook like that. So it's almost like it's just a shelf and your Sims could just like sit here. You know, so I think that's pretty cute. Maybe we could just have like a regular chair like this. And I don't think I'm going to put a computer here. I kind of would like to think about this as a space for your kid to do homework. Like, yeah, fair enough. They could do their homework over there as well on the kitchen table. But just in case someone's eating on the kitchen table, I still want that to be free. So I think that it will probably make more sense if I just have, you know, like a regular little scenario over here. I really like this lamp because it is so small and it fits into like everywhere, which is fantastic. So I think I'm going to use that one. But I also feel like I should use like one of these in here as well. We want to make sure that this space is nice and bright for the kids doing their homework. So maybe I'll put this up higher. Maybe I'll put another like little cork board here. I mean, I can imagine in a massive household of loads of people, trying to get things done and remember everything will be difficult. So maybe this is like a nice little nook. It's a bit difficult, you know, because it is a nook that you have to enter through the parents' room, which is extremely annoying. Unless, hold on one while. what if I move this over one little nook, right? And then, oh, I don't think this is going to work. Unless I do the parents' room like this. And we actually have, this as a hallway. Hold on one second, because this is getting a little out of hand. I could technically do this. So the parents could have a bit of privacy in this room, right? They could still have their bedside locker. They enter their baby's room through their bedroom, but this actually now becomes a little nook. That is not the worst idea I think I've ever seen. I don't think that's the worst thing. And I guess, wait, now I could still push the bathroom back over to where it was, because I kind of like the idea of this being a little nook that you can't really see it, so that like if someone's watching TV, the sound doesn't really travel there. And I know at the start of the video I was like, I don't like little small one tile hallways, but maybe in this case I do like it. Or maybe in this case actually I could move the bed over here so we don't even have the door obstructed there. So like we just have an entrance here to the parents' room. We could even have the door opening this way, so I could put a chest of drawers in here and that won't be impeding anybody. Oh, guys, I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to get the door to open this way, though. So that, like, if someone's walking down the hallway, you could open the door and leave it open like that. I don't know why I'm thinking about this so realistically, but I think this makes a lot of sense, and I kind of love it. I kind of really do love it. Like, the squishier, the smaller, like, the better. I just think it's so satisfying, you know, to have, like, tiny little rooms. But I think this looks, it still looks okay. I still really wanted to prioritize the living space being big, because imagine 12 Sims, like the traffic would be absolutely horrendous. Like after work traffic is what this is going to be like. I love like the idea of the zigzag happening here. It's so like clustered, but it should still be functional. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I know we did a playtest, but I am after moving a lot of things around, but it still should be okay. Okay, so I've just completed the parents' bedroom, which is so tiny. It was like almost impossible to like furnish it because it's so small, but I've got these little cute cabinets here, not cabinets, shelves, nicely cluttered. I do have cabinets up there just for a little bit of realism, you know, and then there's this ottoman that I'd like to think maybe they like pull out, you know, if they want to, I don't know, more seating, whatever. But yeah, we've got like a nice little spacious but very cluttered room because it's nice and realistic. And I also gave them a TV just because, like, you know, they might want a minute away from everybody, from the other 10 humans in the house. So it'd be kind of nice to, maybe I'll actually make this a bit lower. If it's gonna be for a bed, that probably makes a little bit more sense to be lower. Even actually a bit lower. Yeah, I mean, look, whatever. They can just move it down if they want to. It's fine. Okay, so that is that. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 of these off camera, and then we'll do the actual kitchen ourselves together, I mean. Okay, guys, so I'm just doing, like, I did these 2 bedrooms, which I will show you them in a minute. I did this bathroom, which is so, like, different to what I usually do. I think it's like a navy and a black. And that made me think, I think navy and black are clashing colors. Imagine how funny would it be if I did a clashing color build? Like, where I did, like, red and pink together in a room, blue and navy in a room together, you know? Because there's a couple of colors that technically shouldn't work together, but maybe they kind of do. Anyways, this is what I did here. And I know in one of my videos, I did like a wooden bathroom and I thought that was really cool. So I added a bit of a wooden feature in here as well, which I think it has quite a nice little vibe about it. Now, at the very end, I will get a sim here again, just by themselves this time, just to play test everything else, because I did put a chest of drawers next to this bed. I don't know whether that will work, but I wanted all of these rooms to be as functional as possible. So anyways, that's it. What I was saying here was, I actually realized that this new toilet, right, from the sleek bathroom kit, because it goes into the wall, it actually seems to be one of the smallest toilets that we now have in the game, because even this tiny living one, it still extrudes out a little bit further than the other one, so I would have to like normally shove it back into the wall, whereas this one, like, even look at the size of the ambassador next to it. This is the smallest toilet we technically have in the game. And if I really wanted to, I'm sure I could actually make it work like this, which maybe I'll check that when my sim comes in. But I just think it's really interesting, you know, that we've got like really tiny items, because they are absolutely perfect for challenges like this. So I like where this is going. Okay, that room is a little pathetic, but look, it's functional. That's all I really care about. Okay, so now we've got the main areas left to do. So I am going to delete this table actually, and I think I'm going to delete all the appliances and kind of start again. Okay, the grass is coming through. That's fantastic. So I want to make this feel quite cozy and homely, and this pack usually kind of gives me that feel about it. I don't know whether blue is the correct tone that I want to go for. I think I just want to go for regular like wooden vibes. So maybe I'll use these cabinets today. Maybe something like that would be quite cute. Oh yeah, actually wait, now this is going to be the fridge. So I'm just going to go for maybe this fridge. But I kind of want silver accents, I think. So I'm going to go for this like white fridge. Okay, I can't put it any closer because the counter disappears. That's great. That is kind of annoying me because I really want to just like shove it in a little bit more to save space. But it won't allow. Yay. Ah, come on. Please. Please work. Okay, I guess it's not going to work. So that's fine. As she continues to try it. Okay. That's the furthest it will go in. That's fine. So this is going to be the stove here. So I think one of the smallest, like skinniest looking stove is this one. So I will use that one here today. Maybe in just like the white color. Can I get this fridge any whiter? I feel like I need like whiter appliances. Oh, this one connects really nicely. Wait, what's that about? Is it because it's ginormous? I guess it is a lot big. Oh, it's a lot bigger than the other one. So maybe this isn't the correct one. But I did just want like a regular white fridge. So maybe I'll actually go for this one. This one seems quite skinny. It's just a regular fridge, I guess. Yeah, that just looks a little nicer. We'll go for a nice white sink over here. That's not a bother to us. I'm kind of unsure about this thing purely because of that portion of the wall kind of sticking out like that. So I still really don't know what to do with this. Would this actually be better? Okay, why is that going to delete my sink? Okay, that's weird. Would this actually just be better as a large wall? Because I just don't really like the way that trim on the half wall looks. It just kind of looks a bit hideous. And maybe this probably makes a little bit more sense because I could add some cabinets. Okay, we don't have matching cabinets. That's fantastic. Oh no, we do. Are these the matching ones? Oh, we do. Okay. I could add matching cabinets up at the top, which I think would make a lot of sense. They realistically wouldn't be up that high, surely. I hate these corner ones like that. Why can't we just have like regular corner ones? What's up with that? Like just square. But now that looks hideous because it's not like clipping in with that one. Oh God. No. I just want regular cabinets. And that looks stupid because you wouldn't be able to open that one. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I did not realize we've got shelves. Oh, we've got a shelf version in these cabinets. Did anyone else know this? You guys probably all knew this except for me. Oh, there's no light wood though to match unless I do like white cabinets. I am absolutely gobsmacked to say the least. Like, I don't know what to say. I am in shock. Like in utter shock I am. I don't know whether I like the look of this. Oh my God, wait a second. So you're telling me that you would kind of match nicely together in a corner? I guess you would, but still seems a little bit like crowded in there. Like I can't see anything. Is that how they want this to look? Unless I do like a small one? I'm so confused. Unless we just like ended with that. Oh God. I really love this, but I don't know how to use it because it looks a little bit overcrowded in this space. Maybe in a bigger room it would look different, but still like I'm a little bit confused. Does that look good? Or does it need to go up higher? Oh, does it go like that? I have no idea, but maybe not today. Maybe this just makes sense to look like that. Maybe I could put a shelf up above the fridge or something. Okay, so this is what I've created here. So we've stacked a couple of nice, cute little things. And I like the way we've got like the cookie jar all the way at the top so nobody can reach it. You know, because there's 4 kids. So we gotta hide the cookies. I don't know. I think that this looks quite cute here. So now we just need a table. And I know I'm like picking out the objects before I pick out the colors and things, but I just feel like right now we should be really inspired by the size of these objects, you know, instead of being inspired by what they actually look like, because I need to still be able to fit everything in here. Oh, do we do colorful chairs? Oh, guys, you know my hot spot? No, you don't know my hot spot, but you know my soft spot for like colorful chairs. I would cry. I could cry. Can we do colorful chairs? Can we make this like a really cozy, happy kitchen? Like we're just so cozy and happy. Oh, please. I'm doing it. I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna do it. We could do like these green colors here. And then we could do just like regular white here because we're not that crazy. Oh, that is so cute. I love it. Can we put my lemons here? Do you think maybe the lemons would be nice on the table? Or would they even be like, they might be obstructing everything, but I'm going to just put them here anyway because I think they're really cute. We don't got a fruit bowl, but we've got lemons. Okay, that's really nice. I kind of like these couches for the kitchen, not for the kitchen, for the sitting room. Let me see, is there anything better maybe that we could work with? Because I like how they're small. They look comfy and they fit really well. They don't look too, like, see, that looks too contemporary, you know? That looks like way too fancy of a couch. That's too big. I guess we could use these round ones. But like, that doesn't look as cozy as the other one does. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, that just looks a little bit like, oh. Whereas I could take a nap on the orange one, you know? Like, that's kind of how I feel about them. I don't know whether you guys are seeing my vision. This looks also too small. Like, I wouldn't be able to get too comfy. Also, the back support, because it's rounded, not very comfy for someone with back problems. So I'm gonna have to go for these again. It's a bit sad and boring. Also, let's not do a white couch, because with so many people living here, I feel like the dirt would be really hard to manage. So maybe we could go for like a darker color. But like, what color? I don't really want to do anything that's not neutral, because we've got crazy chairs happening in the other room. I always go for these green colors though. Is that gonna just be like ridiculous? Ridiculous! But it just makes sense, doesn't it? Like, I know I just wanted to make this, I said I just wanted to make this house really comfy cozy, and now I'm making it like super dark and grungy in this room. Like, that obviously makes no sense, Sandra. Like, when we need to retrace our steps a little bit. Hold on a sec. Maybe we could go for yellow. Or maybe if I change that chair to orange. Wait, yeah, maybe we could go just a little bit more neutral in here. Hold on a sec. We could do yellow, orange. Maybe this could be blue. Oh no, wait, I could go black. Or just maybe like this color. That's a navy color. That's a pretty cool color. Maybe I'll do this. And then, yeah, maybe we might do yellow couches though. Who am I? But maybe yellow is the right choice today. I feel like I'm like going insane with this challenge, because I'm like really trying to think to make sure that this works, but also I feel like it's like winning. I feel like it's taking over my body, and I'm not winning, guys. I just don't think I'm winning. I'm going to create this little path a little bit more walkable. So I might line this couch up with this line of that wood. Then I might just like make this a little cozier feeling if I go like this, right? Okay, so we've got this. I wonder, is it possible if I just squeeze like one of these here? I think that would be possible. I could like squeeze one of these. Like, surely you could still walk around here. Surely. Like, I am 90% convinced. But I'm just not convinced on those yellow couches. Like, I love this couch idea. But am I going to have to go for a stupid beige, which I just said I don't want beige? Oh, God, I don't know what to do. That just looks so, like, annoying. Annoying? What? Maybe let's pick out a color of the walls. I was thinking navy for this room. So, like, this color. I think that would be quite pretty. But is that a bit too dramatic on this wall? Unless I do navy on this wall, but I actually just bring this through on that side. Maybe that looks a little better. And then maybe I could make this, like, the dark navy. Yeah, that's pretty cute, isn't it? I could actually almost create, like, another little seating area. Maybe, like, one of these chairs here. I know it's like exceptionally close to the bathroom, but I think that probably would have a nice little feel, and we could put this lovely plant next to it. I know you're going to be like touching off of the plant while you're sitting next to it, but I honestly couldn't really care less. I think that looks pretty. And then we could have this light right here. So that's like your little reading nook. You grab a book and you sit down here. So then I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people technically could be sitting in the sitting room at one time all together, which maybe actually this would make sense if I put you actually over here. But then again, it kind of makes more sense to have it here so that you can also watch TV. Surely that'll be playable. I'll get a sim in here in a minute. I'm kind of thinking if I was to move this door over a little bit, would I be able to tuck another seating area here, potentially for another child to like do their homework? I know that's a very much so a far-fetched idea, but it kind of just feels like it. Oh my God, I could like tuck the chair in. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, it's a little bit of a far-fetched idea, but I feel like it could work. There's only like certain amount of chairs that really tuck in nicely. But like, is that a bit much though? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, that is a very cozy little space, and I'm sure this is still functional. Maybe I'll get rid of that corkboard because we've got a corkboard elsewhere. I mean, that still looks like it should be functional. I mean, I will get a person to come in here and play test this, but I'd like to say that that actually does give us something, because we need things. We need everything. We need to take everything we can get at this point. I'm going to put this small little rug here as well. Of course, a nice little welcome mat. There we go. I think that's a pretty cozy little space. I know it's very crammed, but at least someone can be on their computer while there's 6 people in the sitting room. Someone else can be on this desk doing homework. Someone can be in this room playing guitar. Someone could be having a shower. Guys, I think I'm doing this very well. Okay, so I've created this now. So I have finished it off on the inside. So I also have got this little like cute music station over here. Maybe someone can learn charisma while they're here. I don't know. We've got some nice paintings. I've nicely lit everything. I know I'm using saucers primarily, but that is purely because I just don't want to like overwhelm this place with, you know, lighting. Maybe I could add like one of these big yellow ones. I think that might have a cool impact, but I feel like the saucers just have the best light intensity, and because the rooms are so crammed, I'd hate if they were like feeling even more crammed with something like hanging above your head. I don't know. Anyways, that is what we've got going on here. So the last thing I need to do is now the outside. So let's work on that a little bit together. So we've got this really nice area over here, which I'm almost thinking, why don't we just put the barbecue here? I know it's like straight off the bat, you're coming out onto the barbecue, but if I was to grab this little dude, right, I can put this guy here, and I could almost do, could I do a small table here straight away? Like, I mean, we don't have to house everybody outside eating all at once, but I could almost have, okay, that's backwards. Excuse me, what is going on with that chair? Thank you very much. I could have like a regular little table scenario kind of like here. Maybe that will block this entrance a little bit, but like it doesn't really matter. It's a squishy house altogether, so we don't need to be worried about things like that. We could do this thing like right here. Maybe I could have another like little welcome mat to wipe your feet as you're like coming in. Maybe like a smaller version. There we go. Then over here we could of course have some plants. Maybe I could like chuck down one of these, and then maybe like another one of these poof chairs, but maybe more so like this. That probably makes more sense outside. So if someone can like sit down here with you, which I think is kind of cute. Maybe we could add some of these smaller versions of these white lights. That probably makes a lot of sense. There we go. I wish we had like some barbecue tools that I could like implement on this wall, like something to hang here. I guess we've got like things like this. We've got like brushes and things, which that probably would make sense here somewhere. Maybe the brushes could be like hidden behind the plant. Is that cool or is that weird? I think it's kind of cool. Something different. Like it would be cool if I had like one of these but for like barbecue stuff. So that object is really cool. Can I put it in here anywhere? I mean, it probably shouldn't go in here anywhere because it's like such a crammed little house. Oh wait, maybe this could go above here and we could just forget about the mirror. Yeah, forget about the mirror. We have enough mirrors. But I think this looks really cool on that wooden wall. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so I've added a little toy chest here, which I think makes a lot of sense because like the kids don't have one. And then just like another little poof thing here, which I think would be kind of cute. If, you know, if people are making a barbecue, 2 people can still technically sit there, you know, and be together. So altogether 6 people with one grilling, 7 people can be out here all at once, you know. So there is ways to this madness, I want to say. Okay, over here then, I am kind of thinking, what if I actually create like a little thing, right? Like a little modular thing. I think something like this would have a pretty cool aspect over in this area. I could even do, wait now, like a long version. Oh, I always forget about the singular chairs. Maybe I could add like a singular one here too. Is there not like long, oh, I can make the long versions myself. Okay. I could do like this there. I think that looks kind of interesting. And then we could just have like one of these chairs kind of like out here somewhere. And then of course we will have nice little thing here as well. Of course we will put down my tray here because that makes a lot of sense. My tray hasn't been used yet. So first time for everything today. There we go. We've got my tray. I don't really know what you'd put into the middle, but I think I'm just going to do like a relatively outdoor looking rug. Like maybe something like this actually looks kind of cute. I know it's a little weird to have like a rug out here like this, but I kind of like it. What if I make this one smaller and I overlay these together and maybe the darker shade? No, the lighter shade looks cooler. Okay, I kind of like something like this. So there's a nice little seating area, you know, we can kind of like chillax. Now I definitely want more kids activities. Like I will add some potted plants everywhere. Like, I mean, the ability to do a little bit of gardening around. I think that also makes a lot of sense. And I do that quite often though. So of course I would have done that here anyways. So I'll just add a couple like everywhere. I think that's also like a really nice way to implement a little bit of gardening without having like a massive like farmyard out the back. You could just add small little farming abilities, you know, here and there, you know. It gives your Sims something to do. I also feel like maybe we could add one of these in here. I think that looks pretty snazzy in this color. That's nice. Okay, so we want like kids activities out the back. Like what? Like a swing set? Oh, clothesline. That looks so cool here, but no. Sandra, no. Focus on the kids. I mean, kids can do clothes, but no. Focus on the bloody kids. I really want like monkey bars here, but that also looks like it would block everything. So why don't we think of like different things that the kids can do? How far does the roof go? Okay, the roof covers just there. I don't really know what else to add. Like I could add like activity to, oh, wait, a games table. Hold on one sec. We could add like, wait, is this a games table? I think it is. Can I just do like 2 Sims playing the games table, or do we have to have like all of them playing the games? Like, can I just have like 2 people playing the games table? Is that possible? Could I have like this chair and then like this chair? Games table, don't wake the llama. There we go. That's cute. At least we've got one activity. Like it would be a little weird to add another desk out here, wouldn't it? Like, I don't really know. Like it kind of would be cute to have a little desk, but that's a bit far-fetched of an idea, I think. Oh, we need a thermostat because, I don't know, these kids be complaining that they're too cold, I betcha. We could have a dartboard. I never really use dartboards, so maybe that could be like a fun little activity that we could do. A dartboard? Yeah, why not? Kind of running out of ideas, I'm not gonna lie. So maybe a dartboard is the correct thing to put here. I'll put another plant here so no one really like walks underneath. Well, actually, if someone's planting there, then they could get hit, but that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, like, but it's fine. Maybe I'll put like another one of these stools here so someone can like sit and watch over here. Okay, we've got things, guys. We've got things happening. I think things are looking okay. I think it's nice. Okay, so we've got a couple of different activities that your Sims can do here. They can play, they can garden, they can play games, they can play darts, you know, they can grill. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting, and I think we made the most out of it as possible. We've got outdoor bin, so that is a necessity. We've got a mailbox. Oh yeah, there's something here that I wanted to put, but I don't really know what. So I reckon maybe just like a nice little like bench of some sort. Is there like a nice version of this that maybe I could use? Please give me something. I have high hopes. This one? No, maybe this thing. Come on, a light wood option. Nope. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that contender. Oh, we could have a lounger somewhere. We could probably have a little lounger here. I know it's a little bit of an awkward spot for a lounger. The sun is kind of peeping through, so I don't see why not have a little lounger there. So see, somebody can loungering be... Okay, excuse me, English, Sandra. Someone can be lounging. That is pretty cool. Maybe I'll actually put like this chair here. I think that makes a lot of sense. And we could just have maybe... Wait, now, if I put you there, I could shove in one of my favorite plants recently, which is this one. We could have this there. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. It is nice, guys. You gotta admit. Can I put this here? Does that look stupid? Like, what even are those? Are they like rice washing baskets? You know, like you can drain the rice easier? I don't know. Maybe I like them there. I've been using them a lot recently, but maybe I like them. Okay, so we've got that. And that kind of looks like everything that I could add into this poor little house. I mean, I'm really doing a lot here. I'm like working on overtime, working on overtime. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But maybe I should add some gutters as well, of course. Make sure that water is leaving the premises in the correct pattern, you know? I mean, I think it makes sense to add gutters. That's not a crazy idea. And I guess another one here because it's just like calling out for one here. That's nice. There we go. Could I add like one of these things as like a fun little support beam, you know, because this house maybe was made out of like really pliable materials. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on, guys, now, but I'm just like picking out items that I think would work, even though maybe I'm just like doing a little bit too much. Oh, this thing. Oh, can I put that somewhere? I guess I don't really need to. Yeah, I don't really need to. Unless I put it like actually, wait, now I could put it here. Or does that like look too much like a little shop? Or this one? Wait, maybe this one is actually kind of cute. Like, I mean, it kind of makes no sense having that here. But like, is it cute? Do we really just care about the cuteness of it rather than if it's functional? Okay, I've added some solar panels and this little stick that I'm going to pretend it's somehow like a ventilation system in this house because I feel like it's such a small little overcrowded house. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to think that I have created, I'd like to think that I've created us here a very small little, what's this called? A 12 sim small home. That's what it is. We're at 100 tiles. I am going to get a sim in here in 2 seconds, but let's just do a quick tour. Well, guys, welcome on in to my beautiful, tiny little home. It's a small small home. I'd like to think that I will be able to make this into maybe a tiny home if I use pets, just say. So like the less extreme version, but this was a pretty extreme version. So let me just show you around. Let's head on over through this little location. Very cute. First of all, we are met with a lot. Okay, there's a lot of things your Sims can do. Already, we have a beautiful laptop setup, which I think is so cute. Over here, then, we're counting 4 Sims in this room. So cluttered, but I mean, it's kids. I think this would make a lot of sense. It would be like a little bit of mayhem in here, but I think it's pretty cute. So we've got the kids' room. Then over here, we've got our first little toilet space. Kind of drab looking, but I mean, who cares? It's a functional bathroom. Over here, then, we've got our beautiful living space, which is very colorful, very vibrant, very modern feeling. The kitchen feels very homely and cozy, and we were stacked with food to feed our 12 Sim household, so that is very nice. We've got our little lemons over here. We've got a nice little seating area where, how many Sims? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Sims could be sitting here. I mean, that is extremely good, I would like to think. Anyways, then we've got an array of doors on this wall. So over here, we've got a very dark bathroom, but I feel like it's kind of nice and cozy feeling. So this is bathroom number 2 that we've got with a bath to wash our babies in it, which makes sense. Then we've got a teenager's room in this room, which, I mean, the teenager even has books and clothes up there. We have a big mirror to kind of magnify, but I wanted to say make the room feel bigger, because that's what mirrors do. We've got a guitar so that the teenager can have like a little bit of a hobby, and a little bedside locker, which is adorable. Then over here, we've got 1 double bedroom. So this, I'm thinking, is like the grandparents' room. I'm gonna have to play test this though, because I'm not sure whether your Sims can get into bed with a chest of drawers next to them. So if not, I'll change this. But we also have got a TV, so like the 2 people can kind of chill here, you know, in their own little space, read a book and watch a TV, which I think is kind of important and realistic, because, you know, you'd want to be able to go into your own little space and have a little bit of a minute of peace. So I think that makes sense. Then you're like, oh, what's in this hallway? I mean, you've got a beautiful little scenario over here, which I think that looks really pretty, but whatever. Over here, we've got a cute little homework space. Well, hello there. That would be nice for your kid if like the kid needs a minute as well of like alone time without all the kids in the other room. You come here one by one and do your homework. I think this is nice. I know it's still opened. I could have closed this off as a separate little hallway room, but I mean, it wouldn't have really made sense because you still have to enter the parents' room with this door. So this is the parents' room, which I actually really love. But yeah, I like the idea that this little nook is just like by itself here. It's so squishy. It's a little bit claustrophobic, but it's kind of nice. Anyway, this is the parents' bedroom. So again, the same layout where you've got a nice little TV section over here, and you also can change your clothes here. Now, this is where you also enter the baba's room. The bobbies live in this room. So we've got a nice bit of clutter here as well. As far as I'm aware, this is functional, but I will move things around if I need to with my sim in here in a minute. So that is your baby's room over here. So to exit, you've got to walk all the way around here, and yeah, I mean, you're back around here again, and that's where the other kids' room is over here. So that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the tour of the inside of the house, which I think is a pretty interesting little shape that we've done. We've really maximized the space that we could have. Like, this is over here the only bit of like kind of empty hallway that you've got, and I guess I could have put like something else here behind the couch, but I mean, Sandra, you've got to calm down at some point. So over here, then, you can enter your back garden area, and this is where we've got this beautiful little like trellis thing. So this is not really covered, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'd like to think it still would serve you a little bit of rain protection. But you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sims and 1 person grilling, so chilling over here as well. I think that's pretty cool. We've got some planter pots, and then over here we've got a nice little hangout spot. So how many Sims can sit here? 1, 2, I guess in the corner, I'm not sure, can someone sit there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, at least around 5 to 6 Sims can also hang out here all at once. Then another 2 can be playing a game over here, and then kids can be playing over there. So I'd like to think that we're really maximizing our space here as well with the back garden area. But again, I didn't just make the dining table out here like I do sometimes in my tiny homes, you know, to maximize the space indoors. I scrap the dining table inside the house and I bring it outside. But in this case, this is just an extra space. So I'd like to think that we've really made the most out of what we could have done. And then over here we've got some bin space, and yeah, I mean, just extra things around the house here. So this really does conclude my 12 Sim small home that I've created to obviously celebrate my 12k subs. It's really funny, and I'd like to see maybe when I reach 13, can I fit 13 Sims into this? I will think about this. I will think of this as an idea. Maybe we can do it in a way that I could also incorporate pets and more babies. I mean, imagine if we had like bunk bed cribs. I mean, that would be amazing to to save us on all this space. But imagine all those 3 babies grow up. Where do we put them then? That is insane. But whatever. I'd like to think that there's many possibilities, and I would like to do this maybe with adding some pets as well. Maybe with bringing the table outside as well. You know, there's multiple ways of doing this, but I'd like to think that this is working. So let me bring a sim in here for a second. Recently, my game is getting stuck on the loading screen when exiting my house and going into map view, and I'm a little bit concerned. I did save my house, but I think I'm gonna have to restart my game. Yeah, I have no patience for this. Okay guys, so we've got my sim in here. So this is my sim self. Wow, look at me, I'm so cute. Okay, so we are here in the house, obviously. Let's check out a couple of things. So can you still sleep in one of the bunk beds? Can you even get into this room? Oh, you can't. Okay, what's preventing you? Can you come into the room? You can. Is it the school bag that's preventing you from sleeping in this bed? Oh, no, you can get into this bed. Right, can you get out for 2 seconds? Can you not go up there? What are you stuck on? Is it, wait, can you sleep in this bed? No, okay, that is interesting. I wonder, is it the amount of crap that I've put under the bed? Is that your problem? What seems to be your problem, my dear? Can you try now? Sleep? Come on, sleep. Bloody heck. How can you sleep? Oh, wait, you can't sleep in this bed either now? Why? Why can you sleep in this bed and not the other bed? What's going on in this room? Oh, there was an item under the bed that she seemed to not really like, which is fair. That's okay. So I guess I'll move the bed back slightly, and I'll just move a couple of these toys back around here. But it was something like in this corner. I think that really upset her. Poor thing, was very upset. So maybe I'll just get like another box, maybe in like, I don't know, a yellow or something. And then we could just get another one of these underneath there. Maybe a small little plant here. Would that be kind of cute? Do the kids want a little plant? Nah, the kids won't be able to get a plant in there. Whatever. Okay, I guess that makes sense now. Can you go up the step ladder, please? Why? What is preventing you from sleeping upstairs when you can't sleep in this one now either? You're so annoying. Okay, she's up on this one. I had to just remove a couple of items because she's just being annoying. But you've seen her 2 minutes ago. She was able to get up there. Now she can't. And she still can't use this bed for whatever bloody reason. What is it? Like, what is affecting you? Is it these boxes under the bed? Like, I'll remove them. Oh, it was this 2 stupid boxes under the bed. Okay, whatever. Okay, fine. This room is now functional. I had to remove a couple of things, but whatever. That's fine. Okay, the cribs have now miraculously disappeared. That's fantastic. I love that for us. Obviously, there's no way of playtesting those, but you've seen that technically it worked for me before. So if you genuinely do want 12 Sims in this household, it will work. Can you get in there though? Yeah, you can. Okay, so that's fine. As long as she can kind of walk through the space, then that's okay. Can you now sleep on the other side of the bed, please? Yes, you can. So that's not a bother to her. She seems to be kind of happy enough. Can you watch TV here while like relaxing? Yeah, you can. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's really cozy actually in here, isn't it? Like, look at her. That's really cute. I actually would love that. That's a very nice little room. Okay, perfect. Now, can you do the same here? Can you, yeah, this is the room that I'm a little bit worried about. Can you come into this bed with the chest of drawers? You can. Oh, guys, the Sims are so smart. They're actually totally fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, get out of bed. You're fine. Can you grab a book from up there, I wonder? Can you just read something, or can you not reach the... Oh, you can! Oh, fantastic. Okay, it looks like she can't walk through here, though. Can you walk here? Oh, she can't. Okay, she'll have to walk around. But honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. At least she could sit here. Can you sit there? Okay, can you rock on this chair? No. Can you sit on it, though? Hello? Can you sit on this chair? Why are you sitting on the other chair? What's wrong with you? Sit on this one. No! Oh, she's so annoying. Like, sit on this one. This one actually clips in without move objects into the wall, so I don't get what's wrong with you. Can you sit on this chair, please? I'm begging you. Rock on that chair. Sit. No, not on that chair. Oh my god, I'm going to delete that chair and see what she does. Sit on the bloody chair. Sit. Oh my god. She's insane. She's losing her mind. So am I. Okay, I wonder, is it the plant that's in her way? Or does this chair actually need like loads of space around it? Like, I don't understand. Sit on the bloody chair. Oh, now she can sit on it. Okay, great. Okay, I'm still gonna shove that in there though. I don't care. Oh, is it the plant that's affecting her? It's the plant that's affecting her. Oh my head. Oh my god. Oh my god. What about like this? Okay, now it works, thank god. Anyways, let's just check the toilet, make sure that works. I don't think there's any problem with that though. I mean, I haven't really moved too many things, and this all kind of seems okay. Can you just go have a shower, please? Thank you very much. Yeah, she can get into the shower. Can you sleep in this bed, please? Thank you very much. Yes, you can. Can you, though, pick out a book from all the way up there, I wonder? That's something you can do. Yeah, you can. Okay, and now can you just change your outfit? I wonder, can you do that? Yes, you can. Okay, so this room also seems functional. Now, I I guess you could probably cook. I mean, you could probably cook something just to double check. Do I really want to do grilled cheese? No, I don't. Okay, go make yourself some food. Okay, so that countertop seems functional, even though with Bob in the way. That's okay. Okay, she does seem to sit down there to eat, but I wonder, can you sit over here and eat though? Can you sit on this chair and then can you eat? Oh, of course, you gotta get up. Oh, you she went to the other seat, which is fine, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna just take that is functional. Okay, that's fine. Right, wash up, please. Can you just make sure that at least the sink is washable? Can you wash it up? Yeah, she can use the bin as well, so that's good. Okay, now can you go onto this computer though, I wonder? Play game. Play Blick Block, please. Can you go onto... Oh, wait, now, can she not go up here? Can you sit down here? Oh, wait, no, I think there could be still a glitch in the game where your Sims, yeah, you gotta make them like sit down before they can use a computer. But look, she's using the cute little area here. That's very cute. Okay, that's nice. So I guess the one last thing I need you to check is whether you can just sit down here on this chair, because that could be a bit questionable. She can't get in there. No. That is so sad. Bloody heck. Okay, that makes sense because... Oh, I should have thought about that. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is really sad. Huh. Is there anything I can do, I wonder? I guess the only thing I could do is if I moved the bathroom over this way, right? Can you use a toilet? Can you take a shower in here? You can. Okay. So this is still functional and now she should be able to sit down, but that looks hideous. Like, I hate the way that looks. Okay, now it's functional. Oh, God. Is that really the way I wanted? I guess it's fine. Like, I could still have, like, this lovely little thing here. We'll paint that wall this color. So annoyed over that. That is so bloody annoying. We could have this shelf, I don't know, up above here still. I don't really care too much now about this. That could go there. No, who will be able to reach those soaps, but that's not my problem. We still have the toilet paper there. And then I guess I could still have that like nice little area that I had. Wait, now, or else maybe I could put these paintings on this wall. I guess, you know what, maybe that turned out a bit better because I now have one of these here as well with the music thing that I wanted. So maybe actually that isn't the worst idea that I've ever had. It's still a bit annoying how I had to do that, but maybe that makes a little bit more sense now, actually. I kind of want like a cute little rug here as well for whatever reason. Okay, so I guess that now seems to be a functional bloody room, but this portion here makes me actually kind of sad, but I guess it's okay. I mean, I don't really know what else to do with this. Wait, now, can you come out here for 1 second? Can you just confirm that you could walk over here? Like, can you exit the house? Yeah, you can. Okay, so she can exit the house, but whether she should be allowed, I don't know. Wait, maybe if I just like shove everything over a little bit so at least there's a bit more of a walkway. Can you still get over there, please? Where are you going? No. You've got to come this way. My child, please come this way. Okay, can you come here? You can. Can you go here? You can. Can you go here? You can. So, okay, stop being awkward. You can go here and you can sit on this chair. Okay, that's fine. Right, so everything now seems to be quite functional. So everything seems to be okay. Thankfully, I checked that desk. I mean, in my head, in real life, I would just push the chair out and obviously squeeze myself in there. But Sims can't do that, and that is a bit annoying, but I guess we still make do with what we could. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my beautiful small 12 sim home. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any suggestions maybe after watching this video, anything you maybe would have done differently to me to be able to still achieve this. I mean, it's a bit of a maze, it's a bit of a mess, but it still is fully functional, I'd like to think. I mean, 99.9% functional if you guide your sim correctly to use the objects in the best way possible. But let me know if you have any ideas such as those and I will definitely check them out. Thank you so much for 12k subs. That means so much to me. It's incredibly exciting. Don't forget to check out my other videos that I've linked for you down below. Don't forget to subscribe and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!